Okay, call this meeting to order. Councilor work regular session, 7 p.m. May 2nd. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, I'm going to step down, guys. Okay, so there we go. So we're here today. We had a contest, If I Were Mayor contest, and I see a lot of the kids have shown up. And we are here to announce the winners. And we have some good-looking poster boards over here from the 4th and 5th graders and some essays from the 6th and 7th, or 6th to 8th grade, I do believe. And then a PowerPoint presentation by I'm not sure what grade, but so I'm going to call you down. I'm going to announce the winners of each category first, and then call the rest of you down, and you're all winners today. You're getting a bag. Okay, our first place winner for 4th and 5th grader, Madeline Clark. Here you go. Sure.
Have to be in frame.
Okay. Okay, stay up here, Madeline, okay? Because I want to get y'all up here. All right, Giovanna Anderson. I know she participated last year, too. Okay, and then Piper Chisholm. Okay. Here, you guys can set those bags over here on the table. Okay, we won't get them mixed up, I promise. Okay, hold them up. Say cheese. All right. Congratulations. There you go. Okay, now we're going to 6th and 8th grade essays. Our first place winner, Casey Mann. And now I don't have to kneel down. Okay. Isabella Hayward. Isabella participated last year too. Okay. Logan Johnston. Go Ducks. Is it Lila Springfield or Leela? Lalia. Okay, Emily Watkins. Amelia, excuse me. Okay, and Ethan Wethern. Did I say that right? Yeah. All right, we got to get tighter so they can get some pictures here, okay?
They should all be on the youth council.
So, Counselor Locke says you should all be on youth council.
Oh.
I think starting 6th grade, you can be on youth council. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yep. All right, let's tighten up, okay? Let's. They're here. How about this? Because we got two organ hats here. It's all about the photo op. Come on, Mom. Hold on. Does any other moms want any pictures? All right. Congratulations, all of you. You had some really good essays. So most in everybody's essay was about sidewalks and potholes. So I was told by our engineer that some of those are county roads. We don't have potholes in the city limits.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Okay, so our first place winner is Natalie Caton, okay, for the PowerPoint presentation. Congratulations. Yep. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
maybe Lisa can tell us what's in the bag. She put them together.
Yes. So all participants in their bag, they get a $5 gift certificate to Dairy Delish, some assorted candies, City of St. Helens writing pen, City of St. Helens button. Trying to remember what else is in there. And a postcard they can color that was done by our Arts and Cultural Commission, and then a postcard for our waterfront property over here, a plan that they're going to be doing over there. And then our winners get one more thing in there. They get a $100 bill. So congratulations, everyone. Thank you for participating.
And then you guys will be invited to have a lunch with me as well.
Yes, the winners will. I'll be
Yep.
contacting your parents.
Congratulations. It's very mindful of you guys and what you wrote in those essays and in your PowerPoint presentation and in your little cardboard. It really gave me some insight on, you have a lot of the same feelings as we do. I think a lot of you hit on Halloween Town, how much you like it, how much you like the events. Like I said, a common one was definitely the potholes and the sidewalks in the city of St. Helens from pretty much everybody in the essays. And then there was some abstract stuff too. One was about stray cats and how we need to do something about stray cat population. But they did touch on homelessness as well too. So we got some very caring individuals in this room. So a lot of, actually I would say majority of them hit homelessness too. So your children are very, very thoughtful of other people. So congratulations, Mom and Dad. So.
And our next youth council meeting is a week and a half, Monday night, 7 o'clock, if you want to come, and we can talk about all those issues.
No, actually, youth council, yeah, they meet every other Monday. Yep.
Yes.
And they do some good things. They do a lot of service work around the community, and very involved. So, okay, now we're going to open it up to visitor comments. Come on up, Patrick.
Is Patrick really a visitor?
No,
Hi, Patrick,
family.
Patrick Berkeley, 254 South 14th Street. So I guess basically I have just some questions, and part of it is spurred by conversations I've had with folks in the community about things that have been going on, and I guess because they are shared, this might not be the time for answers, but perhaps I'm also asking for guidance exactly where we can get some of the answers. But some of it is spurred by the current festival of the ferries. And again, a number of comments about people seeing city crews being used to put up the Stonehenge and other things like that. And I think that's goes back related to questions around Halloween time, just how much time and money city staff spend is put to putting these things together, and how much money. And I think I have heard that there was really no way to maybe account for how the staffing works out, but I I would really ask the city to consider looking at that and sorting that out in some way so that it can be reported to the public. I think Halloween Town is a valuable part of our community identity and should be promoted by the city. I'm not so sure about the current Festival of Fairies. I guess it's the inaugural event, but there hasn't been much publicity about it, and I don't know, really what's going on there. But I do think that this leads to some other questions folks have, and I guess I do myself too, is just what is the relationship then of some of the individuals and organizations that are working with the city on these. For instance, what is the relationship of the Discover Columbia County organization, particularly its website, where I noticed that and on its header there is a City of St. Helens, an official City of St. Helens logo. So if I'm looking at that, if they're an independent group, why is there a City of St. Helens logo in the corner?
For you.
As I was looking at this too, I see that I believe the website is run by a gentleman by the last name of Cannard, C-A-N-N-A-R-D, who I believe then is the husband of Tina Curry, who also goes by the name of Cannard in some of her business and with her residence in Washington. So I guess I'm just think that those types of things need to be made very, very clear. I myself having been on the budget committee and doing my work, I have done my best to talk with people in the community to assure them that, at least in my experience, I have thought that the city staff, city council members have always been above board and trying to do what's in the best interest of the city. But public perception being what public perception is, and how things get communicated despite the city's best efforts to communicate through social media and other things. Word gets out on the street. So I'm just encouraging the city to really do everything it can to help us understand in any way possible just clearly what the exact relationship is between the city council, between organizations such as Discover Columbia County, how the contract works out with Mrs. Curry. My understanding is kind of like a personal services contract where she gets paid a certain amount each month to perform services for the city. And I don't even know if that kind of job description, that contract, is available for public view, and if it is, how we can access it. So that's basically what I just would encourage the council to look at. And that's whenever anyone from the community does approach council members, city staff, that we can get some real clear and direct answers, so that the perception does not go on that there are things going on behind closed door, which I do not believe. And I hope not. But I don't believe that. But I think it would be really important for the city to get out in front on this to dispel questions and really be out in front with the information and communication about these things.
Okay.
Thank you, Patrick.
Thank you.
Any other visitor comments? Any of you kids got any comments? Any questions? Now's your chance. Okay. So now we're going to deliberate easement extinguishment at 2480 Gable Road. I think Jacob pretty much, stated that it was, and the builder admits to his faults, and we're just trying to find a right to a wrong, and staff has recommended these things, so the fence, tearing down of the fence, and
moving the fence.
moving the fence.
Can you go over the staff recommendations briefly, real quick, to start our deliberation process?
Sure. So there are three things we need before we get the mayor's signature. Pay the fine, $1,250. The obstruction of public access shall be removed in the access easement. And that's primarily on the backside between the house and the wetland. That's there is our focus. And then the other thing is we need a legal description, a depiction of the area to be extinguished so we can complete the deed. And we already have that. We got that today. Once we have those things done, then we can get a hold of the mayor for a notarized signature. And I know time is very much of the essence, so you are going to be around tomorrow. If we can get that done, I'm pretty sure we can. I know I've talked to the builder, and they're anxious, of course.
I might have you show up on one of my jobs for a signature.
Hey, if that's what it takes.
Bring your fishing pole, Jay.
So that's the recommendation.
I move we accept the staff recommendation.
I second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to accept for staff recommendation. Any deliberation, any further questions? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Hearing none? Okay, we're good. $1,250 and they'll get the paperwork drawn up and I'll put a signature on it. Yep. Okay, ordinance final reading. An ordinance number 3227, an ordinance to amend the City of St. Helens district map to add planned development overlay zone for certain property.
Move we adopt ordinance number 3227.
Second.
Okay. Motion's been made and seconded to approve ordinance number 3227. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none. Okay, award excavation purchase to Pape Machinery for $162,457.12.
Move we award excavator purchase as read.
Second.
Motion's been, yep.
Well, go ahead, finish your thing. It's been moved and seconded, and then I question it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If Public Works could explain the amount and what that is going for, I think our captive audience would appreciate that.
If you have more details about it, it's a John Deere excavator. The full purchase price is $193,957.12, and we are getting a $31,500 trade-in value on our 10-year-old excavator that is broken right now, but they're still giving us a really good trade-in. And it's something that is used. It's a very important piece of equipment used by Neil's crews almost on a daily basis. It's required for any sort of rock excavation, any of our sewer, storm drain, water projects. It's used, one of our most used pieces of equipment, probably next to the street sweeper.
Okay. Any other? So call to the question.
Keith, did you have anything to question or add to that? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, motion's been made and seconded to award excavation purchase as read. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Okay. A little late, but we'll count it.
What?
No.
I oppose.
Just vote.
Oh. Okay. All right.
Now I'm curious.
Yes. Approve and authorize for signature A, contract payments.
Move we approve and authorize for signature contract payments.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to approve contract payments. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, consent agenda for acceptance. A, Budget Committee meeting minutes dated February 16th, May 4th, and May 11th, 2017. B, Library Board minutes dated January 22nd, 2018. C, Arts and Cultural Commission minutes dated February 27th, March 27th, and April 11th, 2018.
Move we accept consent agenda 9A through C.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to accept consent agenda 9A through C. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, consent agenda for approval. A, street closure for Kiwanis Community Parade on June 16th, 2018. B, council work session, executive session, public hearing, and regular session minutes dated April 4th, 2018. And C, accounts payable bill list.
I need to abstain from 10A.
Noted. Keith is Aquana.
Move we approve consent agenda for approval, items A through C as read.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to approve consent agenda A through C as read.
Second, I've got a question on that.
Okay.
If he abstains from A, can we amend the motion to separate A from B and C? And so he can vote on B and C and abstain from A.
Okay. I can do that. Okay.
So I'd like
Vote
to
on
amend the
any
motion that we approve consent agenda A only
Okay.
at this time.
Okay, so motion. Yep, you almost said
Don't I
it.
second that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, a motion's been made and seconded to approve consent agenda 10A only. All in favor? Aye.
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 Opposed? Hearing none. A note that Councilor Locke abstained.
And I would make a motion that we approve consent agenda B and C as read previously by the mayor.
Okay,
Second.
motion's been made and seconded to approve consent agenda 10B and C as read by me. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none. Okay, it was good to see the kids here tonight. I always like having them show up. It's my second year now, and it was a lot of fun last year too. And look forward to having lunch with them. I think Patrick, your input is wanted and needed, and it's definitely something we are wanting to discuss and definitely need to talk about that a little bit more in depth and figure out what it costs. I appreciate your service to our community, and you continue to show up and help out in budget matters quite often. So Patrick served a couple terms on the budget committee, and we appreciate that. And so,
While we're thanking Patrick, I'd just like everybody to know that he's also in charge of a cleanup this last weekend on Dalton Lake, and they did a good
nice.
job at that. So thank him for that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Patrick. Thank you very much. Yep, you're one of the good ones out there. So. That's all I have to report. So let's start with Council President Morton.
I too want to thank Patrick for coming forward and shedding a little light on the communications that we have and how ineffective it can be and misunderstood. So I think the council really needs to, in our output, along with staff, really needs to identify those kinds of questions that are perceived by some of our citizens as being inadequate. Hopefully we do a better job on that, and thank you for coming forward to remind us. We do need that. So I think hopefully your questions will be answered. We could take a stab at it right now, but I don't think it's appropriate to do that right at this time until we get our homework together. Also, again, congratulations to the youth that took the initiative to do the posters and the campaign for If I Was Mayor. We had a great work session today. I learned a lot from feedback and from some of the presentations, a couple of the presentations for the committees. It's good to be a part of this community.
Thanks. Councillor Khan.
I too am grateful to all of the contestants in If I Were a Mayor, and it's amazing how much harder they get to judge every year. They're all improving, and there was a lot of community involvement that showed in there because they were aware of the issues.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Okay. Councillor Carlson.
Yeah, the amount of essays is just mind-blowing that people would volunteer to write an extra essay. But I appreciate just having people participate in things that are offered. I had a couple of things. I had somebody approach me in the community, and it's not, Parks is not my area, but somebody approached me that they were giving a Parks brochure that was a bit dated, and it was, the list of parks was incomplete. And I want to make sure that we're following up that if we have a dated Parks brochure, that we're not handing it out, and that the Parks brochures that are going out are complete. In particular, Nob Hill Nature Park has been designated as a park for 10 years, and it is not on the list. So I don't know if that's an old brochure that got into the rotation or what, but they didn't have it with them, so I couldn't see it. So it was just word of mouth. And I said, well, I bring it up. I thought the person was going to come here and testify. I recommend that they do that, and they did not. But
It is very outdated, and I know Jenny and Crystal, I believe, are working on.
okay, I didn't have that answer because I told them, I said, Parks is not my deal, but I'll make sure I forward it to the right people.
I think that's good direction to not be handing out misinformation.
Yeah, I said, I don't have the answer for you, but I'll take it to the people that will. The other thing that I have is this coming week is Municipal Court Clerk Week. I wanted to thank Kathy for all of her efforts, even though we won't be here next week, but she keeps us on our toes and tries to keep us in line the best she can, and I appreciate all of her hard work. I know it's a thankless job behind the scenes, but kudos for Kathy. Coming up in May is a Regards to Rural conference that I go to, and it's the first time that they will be holding this in Portland because it is Regards to Rural. It's normally held in a rural community. They're doing it in Portland to bridge the divide instead of rural against city. It's going to be about how cities and rural communities can work together for the greater good for everybody because we can learn and grow together. The other thing that's coming up is May 20th is the National Alliance for Mental Illness Walk for NAMI in Portland, and Judy Thompson organizes a pretty substantial team. There are, I believe, 4 teams going from Columbia County this year, and that's Sunday, May 20th. And it's a 3-mile walk on the East Bank Esplanade, a loop. So I'll be raising money and walking and doing that. So it'll be a busy month and lots of sunshine and fun stuff down there. And just thanks again to the waterfront cleanup crew that did a lot of digging and a lot of pulling out blackberries. I saw Commissioner Heimuller out there hauling stuff out and sat down and ate pork and beans and hot dogs with the rest of us. So kudos for local electeds not afraid to get a little dirty on a Saturday. So that's all I have.
I can shed a little light on that, on the parks brochure and having Dalton Lake as listed as a park.
They mentioned Nob Hill Nature Park was there.
Nob Hill and Dalton Lake as well.
They only mentioned Nob Hill, and they didn't have it in their hand, and I wasn't giving out information. I just said I would pass it on.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, there's some discrepancy historically on Dalton Lake and the Dalton Lake Nature Park piece of that. When one of our city administrators was in place, there was a correspondence with ODOT because that was mitigated as an area when they put the roadway in, and apparently whoever oversaw that in ODOT gave a clear avenue that it could be a nature park. It could be a park. So at that time, we were also taking the surplus land of Nob Hill and creating that into a nature park. So the two were combined. And as time went on, the whole idea of what are we going to do with Dalton Lake as a nature park, and how we're going to go forward. In the meantime, while we were doing that, the ODOT person channeled out of his responsibility, and someone else came in, as happened in the city, as well as our city planner moved away and our city administrator moved away, and we have then new city administrators and new planner. Talks began again, and there was different definitions of that becoming a nature park or just an area that we would be responsible for in terms of codes and code enforcement. And thus far, it's still there.
When people out in the community ask me about Dalton Lake specifically, I'm hesitant to give them any instruction or definition of how to get there, what's available there, because it's kind of the wild. And I just don't want to put people in people's backyard where we can't supervise and can't keep people safe over there.
The reason we move forward because of gunplay down there and dumping and all the illegal activities that were going on there, we needed to protect that area through ordinance, through a park ordinance, and through that's how we moved forward on that. So it gave our police some jurisdiction to patrol that area and enforce our ordinances.
If it's not designated a nature area, is it designated or not a nature park? Is it designated a nature area?
I can't say, and I can't quite get an answer out of ODOT because it changes all the time, and it's up to interpretation. And Patrick, as much as Patrick is involved in that, the passion for that being a park, I share the same passion. I see it as an area that can teach environmental studies. I see it as an area that is so rich in as a bird refuge, as a sanctuary for nature. It's unbelievable. So yeah, we've got a lot of energy into it, and it just seems to not really get a lot of traction. It goes, and then people change in ODOT, and so does the interpretation of what should happen with that. If with all our land that we have, if I go in and pound my fist and say to John that, hey, get an answer for us. I mean, I know what he's going to be up against and how much time he'll have with that. I'm not sure if now is really the time to do that, especially with all our property that we have, and that we're trying to make big strides forward with developing a property that we do have, and thinking about Dalton Lake as a park, and going forward. That's a lot of work. I know it is.
Anything else, Judy?
Oh, I'm done.
Nope.
Thank you, Jenny.
Nope. Okay, Councilor Locke.
So we had some discussion earlier today about Shedco and kind of our relationship between us and how things are going and all that and everything. And I came up with a proposal which I'm going to retract because I think we need to look at it and possibly come up with maybe a different proposal that myself and John and Tina and hopefully Stephanie will help us work out. We can extend a olive branch to Shedco and try and resolve these issues that are going on between us right now. So, because it's not good for any of us, and so hopefully we can come up with a solution and get that worked out. So I'll let you know as things
I'm going to
come
have to
about.
agree that there's no good for anybody. We all could be doing so much more for our community, and I appreciate you. Hopefully, you come up with something soon and get it to us, and we definitely reach out. That sounds wonderful. I'm just ready for this to stop.
Yeah, with that, Keith, I'm reminded of some of the wonderful things that Shedco has done for our community in the past, and I'd like to see that kind of catch on again. The banners on the highway and the banners from the posts, those kinds of activities were wonderful for our community, and now it's got into tug of war with events and fundraising kind of activities that Shedco seems to have kind of targeted for themselves in their goals. So I think that possibly there could be some resolve to that, but it's going to take open minds. And
That's it. It's going to take a lot of open minds, Doug. I agree. So please, through it all, just keep an open mind and put something together. Think outside the box. It's just been an exhausting. I hope that we can just put this all behind us.
It'd be nice.
It would
That's
be. Absolutely would be.
That's what I'm hoping for. So I'll keep you up to speed as things happen.
This community wants a lot more from us and deserves a lot more from us.
Be hoping for a good solution.
Okay. So, department reports. Crystal. Okay, Sue? Nothing? No? Matt, nothing? Really? John, you have to have something.
Oh, I was just gonna, I don't know, make a mention of the parks, Park and Rec grant that the Ford Family Foundation awarded the city $25,000, which is a real kick
Yeah, that is huge.
to our effort there, and special thanks to to Jenny, and I think Matt had a hand in that too as well, to help get this program started. So.
Anything for that shot, you know what I mean?
I think I've shared this quote before, but our city attorney in negotiations used this report. I think it really applies to the Shedco relationship thing, and that's what we choose to notice and focus our attention on, but determines what we miss. And so
Yes.
we're
That is-
so much
that
good
is
out
so
there,
true.
and we are so focused on things that are detracting from doing good things. And,
Yep.
that's my closing remark.
Okay.
And on that note.
Well, with that note, we're adjourned.